Okay, class 7. This is your chapter number 5, Henry, a chameleon. What do you mean by a chameleon? A chameleon is the nearest relative of the lizard. As you can see over here in the picture, it's a chameleon. So this tale is about a chameleon whose name was Henry, and the narrator of this lesson is Mr. Ruskin Bond. Now, this is the story of Henry, and as we all know, we have different kinds of pets in our home. Somebody is fond of keeping a dog, cat, horse, cow, etc. But for rare reasons, chameleons are mistakenly assumed as poisonous creatures, and nobody likes to keep chameleons as a pet. If I talk about myself and about you also, nobody will be interested in keeping a chameleon as a pet. We would not prefer such kind of reptiles. Okay, why? Because it is a mindset of all the people that it is a harmful reptile. But the experience of the narrator of this lesson, Mr. Ruskin Bond, is somewhat different. Okay, so now he is sharing this story, and they are not ordinary reptiles, and according to the poet, they are the nearest relatives of the lizards because of their outstanding features. What is the feature? A chameleon's tongue is as long as its body, and its limbs are also long and slender. The fingers and toe resemble of the parrot claws, and over there on its head, what was he having? Several ornaments. Ornaments means the crests that are visible on the head of the parakeets or the roosters. Henry was having a rigid crest. Okay, and the most remarkable feature were the Henry's eyes, and they were not beautiful, but his eyes were independent of each other. Means he could revolve the next eye without disturbing the other, and each eyeball used to bulge out of his head, and it used to wobble from side to side, backward and forward, and this hyperactive movement, it gave Henry a horrible squint. Okay, and anybody could look into Henry's frightful gaze. And obviously, just because of the eyes, people used to get scared of him. How did he come to the narrator's house? One day his grandfather was visiting a friend, and he saw people were shouting, and they were brandishing, means they were waving the sticks out of a garden. Why? What was the and they were also hurling stones over there. What was the reason for the uproar? Why? Because they had seen a chameleon, and it was not doing anything, it was just sunning itself on a shrub, means he was enjoying the sun, and they were thinking that it is so poisonous that even it could harm 20 people. It could harm people 20 feet away if it spits at them. Now the residents of that area was they were very scared. Now, but the narrator's grandfather, what did he do? He saved Henry from this certain death, and he brought this little reptile home, and now it was named as Henry. And now narrator is sharing his experience when he first visited Henry. Now, when he first visited Henry was very cautious at that time. It was always found sitting perfectly still on a perch with its back. Now, the eye nearer to this narrator, it would move like the beam of a searchlight. It was not very friendly with the writer. Okay, and every time his eyes were on a survey, and for a long time Henry, he did not trusted anybody, and even if the writer was used to have a good communication, he tried to behave in a good manner with Henry, but then also he did not respond very nicely or actively to the friendliest gestures.